Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Tobias, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you an unboxing and review of the iPhone 14 Pro Max in the purple color, and Apple actually calls this color deep purple. And I know that there are already a bunch of unboxing and review videos of this exact iPhone on YouTube, so I'm going to try my best to talk mostly only about things that I haven't really seen other people talking about on YouTube, which I think are important. So let's go ahead and start off with the unboxing. So here we go, guys. I know everybody, including myself, loves Apple's packaging. Ah yes, the satisfaction of removing that screen protector, so nice. And when I turn the phone around, we'll see that the purple color isn't super strong, and actually at some angles the color just looks gray. It's actually not until we angle the iPhone in a certain way into the light that we see that stronger purple color. And of course, now Apple has switched over to the USB-C to Lightning cable for their charging cable, and shame on you Apple for not including a USB-C charging block. I know a ton of us already have the USB-A charging blocks, and these chargers do still work with the iPhone 14, but of course you can't use the new USB-C to Lightning cables with those USB-A charging blocks. And Apple's probably hoping that you'll buy a USB-C charging block from them separately. And when it comes to the design of the 14 Pro Max, I think it looks phenomenal. After unboxing the phone, I went ahead and did the whole setup, and I actually chose to transfer all my data from my old iPhone XR via the quick startup through Wi-Fi, and I would actually strongly advise against doing this. It literally took hours to complete, but this was my bad. I should have done the transfer through my iMac, or you can also do it through iCloud. And if you're not transferring a ton of data, like a ton of videos or something like that, you probably should be fine with doing the quick startup transfer. But I was transferring over 200 gigs of data, and it took hours to complete. I chose to put a case and a screen protector on my 14 Pro Max, and I'm really happy with the ones that I bought. The case is clear with black trim, and it came with a protector for the cameras. And the screen protector came with an installation kit to assure the screen protector fits onto the phone flawlessly. I'll put links to the screen protector and case that I bought down in the description below in case you want to check those out yourself. Now, when we get down to the nitty-gritty, to be completely honest, besides the cameras, which I will talk about in a minute, I don't feel like there's a huge difference between the iPhone 14 Pro Max and my iPhone XR, which I was using before. Sure, the screen on the 14 Pro Max is slightly bigger, and you have the adaptive island thing around the top speaker on the phone, but besides these two things, and of course the cameras, there isn't really so much of a difference. Especially since I had my iPhone XR updated to the latest iOS, and I transferred all my apps over, and I pretty much have the same layout on my 14 Pro Max as I did on my XR, and I haven't even changed my background image on my 14 Pro Max from what I had on my XR. So to me, it almost feels like the exact same phone. Of course, after having my XR for about 3 years or so, you know, it did get a little glitchy here and there, and maybe it slowed down slightly, so it was still an upgrade for me to get the 14 Pro Max. And I got the phone through Verizon. I was eligible for an upgrade, and I'm paying $33.33 a month on top of my monthly phone bill, and the phone will be paid off over a period of 36 months. And that is with 0% APR. The model I have is the one with 256 gigs of storage, and the total cost is $1,200. There are other storage options you can choose from. There's the 128GB option, the 512GB option, and the 1TB option. And now we'll talk about the most significant upgrade on this phone, which in my opinion is the camera. As you can see on the back of the iPhone, there are 3 huge lenses protruding from the phone. And before I got my phone case, I was always inclined to lay my iPhone down with the screen facing down, because if you put it face up, the lenses would always be kind of holding the iPhone up a little bit. And now that I did get the phone case, I am more comfortable with leaving my phone face up. There are 4 zoom settings. there is the 0.5x, which is the wide angle, the 1x, the 2x, and the 3x. Which is cool because to me at least it seems like we can zoom in up to 3 times without losing any resolution. The cinematic feature is pretty cool too. It kind of gives you that bokeh effect where the subject will be in focus and the background will be blurred, but it's actually a software that gives that effect. It's not the actual camera lens, and you can kind of tell that sometimes the software has a hard time defining the edges around subjects. There may be some feathering that you'll notice, and sometimes a little of the background around the edges of a subject will pop into focus, but for the most part, it is a pretty cool feature. Now, before it sounds like I'm doing nothing but singing the praises of the iPhone 14 Pro Max's camera, there are a couple issues with it. One is that every once in a while I have this issue where it seems like the camera is struggling to focus. And another thing is that when you're zooming, I think what happens is the camera is switching lenses, and when you're zooming in on something, you can kind of see a little twitch in the video. Now, one thing that I do hear people say from time to time is, oh, I don't want the Max because it's so big, or how am I gonna fit that phone into my pockets? But for me, actually, I'm all about like bigger is better when it comes to phone screens. And I always kind of hear people say things like this. People were even saying this back when the iPhone 5 came out and even like the iPhone 6. And first of all, the 14 Pro Max is not too big to fit in my pockets. It fits perfectly. It's only slightly larger than the iPhone XR. And check this out. These are the last few iPhones that I've owned. On the left, there's the iPhone 5S, the 6 Plus, the XR, and then of course the 14 Pro Max. The 14 Pro Max is only a little bit bigger than the XR, and it's almost actually the same exact size as the 6 Plus. And the 6 Plus was way bigger than the 5S. I feel like if I wanted to, I could even comfortably carry a phone larger than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I don't feel like the size is an issue at all. I like having a big phone screen. And in the end, I'm super happy with the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I've had it for about 2 months now, and so far so good. And as usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And if you did like this video, or if it helped you out, I would really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. That would help me out so much. If you would like to see more reviews by me in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also that bell notifications button. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll put my handle right here, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace!